Lynette Zelezny is a professor of psychology at California State University, Fresno, who co-authored a paper on this very subject.
We see a great opportunity for the environmental movement to actually reframe the strategies of marketing environmental messages to Americans. We've really missed the mark in the past, which is one of the reasons that we feel it's been unsuccessful and why it's floundering currently.
In the language of psychology, Zelezny says the average American is egocentric rather than eco-centric. So don't talk to them about sacrifice and the common good. Many Americans hate that. Talk about energy independence. Don't dwell on ominous predictions. Talk about taking control of our future. Talk less about saving our great green home and more about saving green on our power bills. And don't talk about catching up to the rest of the world. Talk about beating them.
This is a remarketing of the strategy in trying to produce environmental behaviors, but not necessarily for environmental reasons.
Now, the movement might take a lesson from an obscure but growing hobby, something that's called hypermiling.
You know, you have people that are speed freaks, and then you have people that are fuel economy freaks, and I'd probably fit into the latter category.
I went for a ride the other day with Kevin Moot in his Honda Insight Hybrid. Kevin works in tech support. He's no raging environmentalist, never has been. It's good old American values like competition, self-reliance, and control that inspire him and other hypermilers to take their gas mileage very seriously, modifying their cars, sharing tips with each other, and overhauling their everyday driving habits.
I'm driving in the right lane here, and there's a few cars passing me on the left here. I'm going about 10 miles below the speed limit, and I'm accelerating very slowly at this point.
Now, I should say that right now Kevin's car is freezing, and his windows keep frosting up because using the defroster can kill your mileage. Hypermilers overinflate their tires, block their radiators, avoid using their brakes when possible, and will even turn off their cars on the highway to ride the tailwind created by semis. Not that Kevin, of course, does any of these sometimes illegal things.
I can't say anything that can be used against me in the court of law. No, but that's how the people that actually get over 100 miles per gallon in a Prius or a Honda, that's exactly what they'll do.
Here's the thing. Hypermiling is a sport, and many of the athletes are hardly hippie tree hugger types. Kevin competed in an MPG race this summer in Wisconsin where saving the earth took a backseat to red-blooded American competitive instinct.
It was surprising, how pumped up people got and how competitive they were. As the day went on, there was kind of a leaderboard who was getting the best mileage at the time. When it got up to about 150, people were just, how can it get any higher than this? So obviously there's a huge competitive factor in there.
So it's like kind of the opposite of NASCAR, but with the same kind of adrenaline rush.
Exactly.
Psychologists tell us one of the deepest American instincts is control. For hypermilers, it's not about sacrifice, it's about seizing control of a new aspect of your life. It's a kind of control that doesn't exist yet for most of us who don't have a constantly changing MPG meter on our dashboard. For people with today's hybrid cars, it's that mileage reading, not the speedometer, that becomes the object of our American urge for personal control and achievement. Now, we wouldn't all be as obsessive as the hypermilers, but that mileage meter is a pretty remarkable example of how a specific change in our daily routine, a small evolution in how information is presented, can redefine those same American values that can hold us back. You're listening to In the Loop from Minnesota Public Radio. I'm Jeff Horwich.